The Onyx Boox Max2 Pro can do a lot of things, actually more things than most other devices combined. One of the greatest things it can do is PDF functionality. Let's take a look. So you have your normal page turns, you can use your fingertip, you can use the stylus, and you can use the physical buttons down below here. There's many ways to change pages. Tapping in the center, this is where we really kick off. We'll go to zoom first. These are the categories, and the ones above are subcategories. So you have zoom in, zoom out, which isn't really that useful because you do have pinch and zoom, so we won't even focus on that. You can do by selected area, by fit to corners, crop page, crop width, etc. Navigation is very nice too. You have text reflow. It will get rid of all of the images. You have manual crop, comic mode, article mode, reset, and more settings. More settings will allow you to see single page, double page, no crop at all, 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 2 by 1, 2 by 2, etc., all the way 3 by 3, as well as allowing you to decide which way it will go. If it'll start from the top right, like you're reading manga PDFs, you want it to start from the top right, etc. Clicking on here again, we have contrast. Contrast is very nice because if you do find that your particular PDF is too faded out like this, you can actually darken it just a little bit with the contrast level, or you can make all the text bold. Note that the text bold does affect the picture quality as well. So although you're making the text bold, along with it is the pictures located on the PDF file as well. So going back here, notes is the number one place we're going to go. Scribble is located at the top, or it's located right here as well. So once we start scribbling, we can make our notes as usual. We can choose between the pen and the paintbrush. The paintbrush is going to give us that bleed because it's going to have pressure sensitivity. So if I'm coloring something in like that, I can do really lightly, or I can color really thick like that. You still have all the same note functionality like circles and squares and triangles and everything like that. Erasing is very simple. You can use the back of the eraser like so, or you can actually choose to erase 1 by 1 or the entire page like so. We'll go back to drawing something on the screen because it'll be important in a sec. You do have the levels of thickness for your line, or you can actually choose your line thickness to be extremely large. So as you're drawing like this, you can see the bleed has increased quite a bit. You can select this one, and this will allow you to use the stylus back like your fingertip on the capacitive layer. Click it again to go back into scribble mode. This reduces the bottom bar and expands the bottom bar respectively. Tapping in the center, you got to X out of that first, sorry. Tapping in the center, going up to notes, you can actually see all of the notes you've made on your scribbles, and it will be the same for annotation, dictionaries, and your table of contents. It will show you exactly where you've taken notes on what page. You can click on it to navigate over to that. You can delete them and save them respectively as well. Going back down here, you do have hide, export, and import, meaning you can import from your onboard storage, and you can export to your onboard storage, and then you can put it onto your computer from there. A very nice feature that often gets overlooked is that when you click export, you'll see that it says export brushstroke color. So if you're grading papers, you can choose red. If you're doing something fun, you can choose green. And if you're writing official documents and you want to sign the bottom of your document in blue or black ink, you can do that. This feature is overlooked because effectively you're writing in color, and only one other device can do this inherently, and that's the Sony DPT RP1, which is a very expensive device and an extremely restrictive one. You can't even look at images on that device. You can't even connect to Wi-Fi on the Sony. This is a completely open source device here. You also have rotation because there's no accelerometer or gyroscope located on the device. And you can go to more, and that has text-to-speech, refresh slideshow, and settings. Again, there are so many settings. Settings takes you to the original system settings, but a lot of them have to do with the PDF experience, like touch settings and whatnot, and pen calibration. Side by Side is another amazing feature by Onyx. This thing has saved lives. Well, not really, but heck, maybe. We don't know. So a lot of people in the medical field and the law field are always asking us, hey, what is this side by side thing? I've seen it on your, devices. What is it like? So basically, you can run your PDF or your ebook or anything on one side, swipe left and right, and you can actually use the stylus on here, but you can't take notes on this side while you're doing it. You actually have to take notes on this side, but that's okay because you can leave your PDF completely untouched and unedited, and over here you can start making notes and say, this is a star, and it's very important, 100%, don't forget. And then you say, the character is 25 years old, important note, that page 21, like that. So that is a priceless feature because you can create more pages as you go as well. So you can create multiple pages per page of this, and each one will have its respective page. And if that's not confusing, what it means is that when I turn the page on this PDF, it doesn't associate with the last one because it's page by page. So picture you opening a book and having a little separate piece of notepad on that, so you're not actually affecting the PDF. It's a fantastic feature. I wish more devices did this, and I very much recommend using this side by side. It's a very, very high quality feature. It wouldn't be a 13.3-inch e-reader without two-page spread. Two-page spread is also very nice. You can tap in the center to bring up all your options, and then you basically go like there's a bind in the middle of the device. Yes, you can still scribble on one side and the other. You just can't cross over, you know what I mean, on the same stroke. You have to lift your pen and continue over on the other side. I said earlier that the zoom levels are pretty useless, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just you don't really need them because you have the full ability to pinch and zoom. And this is without A2 mode. This is how fast this thing runs. You don't have a mini map, but you do get a percentage of zoom factor, which really helps. Tells you how many percent you've blown it up. In order to get to A2 mode, unfortunately, you can't from the PDF. You'll have to back all the way out, tap the top, which turns it into A2 mode. And then once you go back into the PDF, it becomes much quicker. Now, the thing about A2 mode is that the quality of the image is reduced. However, you do have much quicker page turns. You see the animations are gone. They're just page by page now. Everything's going to be very quick and snappy and crisp, but you will get a lot more staining on the screen, and that's just inherent because of A2 mode. You don't have a choice. That's the see how much staining there is on the screen. If you turn off A2 mode, it all goes away. The quality increases yet again, but your speed has decreased. So it's a trade-off, but it can be really nice for various things, as well as watching videos, which this can do, and which devices even like the Boyu Likebook Mimas, that is octa-core processor, twice as fast as this, quote-unquote, on paper, it can't watch videos nearly as good as the Onyx does. So for a PDF experience on this device, showing as much as we can possibly show, for GoodyReader.com, this is Peter, and this has been the Onyx Boox Max2 Pro Limited Edition White.